Good evening, Magister and classmates. We are Group 7, and today we are going to talk about Topic 3, Quantitative Research Issues, and Topic 4, Basic Concepts in Quantitative Research.
Good evening, teacher. My name is Catherina Guajan, and I'm going to explain the concept of number. The word number comes from the Latin numerus, and it's any sign or symbol used to design quantities, values, or entities. And also, this word expresses the relationship between quantity and unit. In the case of classification, in research, the measurement scales are defined by the mathematical operation that can be used in their manipulation. For example, nominal, categorical, interval, radio scales are distinguished. In any investigation of a patient or groups of these, we what we do is take measurements that help to understand, evaluate, and differentiate the characteristics of people or objects or groups of them. And also, it's important to know that some semiotics is the study of signs and symbols in their use or interpretation.
Good evening, Magister and classmates. Today I am going to talk about type of the numbers. The whole set of the numbers calls real numbers. The little set is named by n, and it calls natural names. Into the natural names are positive names starting with the number one, two, three, four, and so on. The next classification is the whole numbers, signed with the letter W, and it includes the zero number. The next set of numbers are the integers, um, which sign is the letter Z, and it includes positive numbers and negative number included the zero number. For example, -2, -10, 0, 7, 8, etc. The next classification is called real numbers. The real numbers are signed with the letter Q, and the real numbers included decimals and fractions. In this classification is included um, the set of numbers called irrational numbers, and they are called in that way because this type of numbers have a countless decimals, which are not a constant with which doesn't have a constant pattern of repetitions. The second classification is a quantitative classification, and it calls numeral, ordinal, and um, continuous. The numeral are just numbers 1, 2, 7, and etc. The cardinal numbers allow us to level things. For example, first, second, third, and etc. And the last one, the continuous, allows us to count or measure something like this. For example, 22, 45, and it includes decimals, for example, 0.5 kilograms. And I am going to continue talking about percentages, which are part of the hundred, and decimals, which are part of the tenth, and which are writing with the whole number in the right in the left part, and the decimal followed by comma is in the right part. And the third one are fractions. Fractions are part of the whole numbers. Thank you for your attention, and have a good time.
Good evening, Magister and classmates. I'm talking about how to express probability with numbers. Probability is usually expressed as a number between 0 and 1, where 0 represents the certainty that an event will not occur, and 1 represents the certainty that an event will occur. In addition, probability can be expressed as a percentage, where 0% means no probability and 100% means certainty. Converting nominals into continuous numbers. This conversion can be seen in countries such as the United Kingdom or the United States, where the grade is represented by letters, from which teachers give a percentage, and the student knows his grade just by looking at the letter. Variables and measurement. Variables are characteristics or properties that can be measured and vary amongst individuals, groups, or situations. And in quantitative research, they are important aspects with which the theoretical perspective, elaboration of the theoretical framework, as well as a methodological strategy are developed. What distinguishes the research is the theoretical methodological approach and the use of statistics for collecting, analyzing, and interpreting numerical data. This data can be collected by observation, interview, experimentation, or registrations to summarize, analyze, and draw conclusions for this data. Thank you.
Hello dear teacher, my name is Carolina Mosquera and today I will be talking about variables. First off, what are variables? The main definition is like a characteristic that can change and that we can measure or observe. Here we have some examples. For example, the gender, motivation, what you know, religion, how talkative the people we're investigating are, personality they have, and how much you know about something. They know about something. Now, the conceptual definition is that they're fancy words for describing a variable in a way that makes sense. And what about the operational definition? The operational definition is a plan to measure a variable. Here we have to check out what others said about it and make sure it fits the situation. Now, moving on to variables, dimensions, and indicators, we have three aspects to take in mind. And sometimes we break down complex stuff into smaller bits, like breaking productivity into parts like labor, cannery, materials, and energy. Now, let's make variables real. What's a variable anyway? Something we notice and that we can have different values. It could be a number or just a description. No. While we're investigating a variable, we have to take this question in mind also. It is a good variable? It depends on the theory and idea behind it. The process involves figuring out how to measure it based on what we're trying to show. Now, we also need to be practical. Like if we have a problem or idea, we have to make sure it matches reality. For example, if we think kids of young moms struggle to read, we need to measure that struggle. Also, we need to get info. We need the right details to study something. And in this case, the tools we use for data collection come from these details. So we really have to take that in mind. Now, let's move on to type of variables. The types of variables are different kinds. Like the main thing we're changing, here we have the independent variable, the one that we're looking at, the dependent variable, and the others like continuous or categorical. There are numbers or descriptions. So that is all that I have to say according to my topic. Thank you.
Good evening, dear teacher. We will talk about an interesting topic. It's about the causality and latent variables. Well, what are the causal variables? Causal variables are those that are considered to have a direct causal effect on the other variables in a model or system. In the context of research and data analysis, we seek to understand the cause and effect relationship between different variables. For example, if we are investigating the relationship between study time and students' academic performance, we might consider study time as a causal variable. In this case, it is assumed that the time spent studying has a direct impact on academic performance. And latent variables, latent variables, it is a variable that is not directly observed or measured, but is inferred through the measurement of other variables. It is intrinsically found, so it could cause error. For example, intelligence is a latent variable because it cannot be measured directly. Instead, researchers can use observable variables such as intelligence test score to infer or estimate the underlying construct of intelligence. Now, the level of measurement, we have four. Um, the first one is a nominal. Is the most basic level of measurement, reflecting categories without ranking or ordering. It is used to compare how responses vary between basic dimensions. Nominal data generating a question are often used in survey to obtain sample demographic information such as gender and ethnicity. And it is used to compare how responses vary between these basic dimensions too. And for example, we have that to evaluate statistically significant differences in men and women. And the other ordinal is unlike nominal data, there is a significant difference in ordering and ranking. For example, we have a clear example in income levels: low income, middle income, and high income. Other example could be the satisfaction levels. For example, poor, fair, good, and excellent. And interval. The interval is a numerical data involving quantitative data. It is a principle here, and they have an order like ordinal data. The spaces between measurement are equal. They have an arbitrary point which is zero. For example, credit score. We have the three, uh, 300 to 850. They there are interval in this case. And finally, ratio. The final ratio, the most significant of the measurement levels. The zero point reflect an absolute and significant is a zero. Unlike interval levels, for example, we have a weight and height. Thank you.